Okay, real short video here. I want to talk about divisibility rules. And you guys were asking me about that. And again, you guys, do you remember the divisibility rules from last year? Were you guys taught that?
No.
Okay, all right. So let's look at 2. All right, a number can be divided by 2 if the last digit is even. So you can just start counting by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Those are all divisible by 2. Well, let's look at a great big number. How about 15,768? Now, what's the divisibility rule for 2? Is the last digit even? So what's the last digit in that number? 8. Can you divide 8 by 2?
Yes.
Then you can divide that by 2. So no matter how big the number is, all you have to do is look at the very last digit, and then you will know if it can be divided by 2. Here's the rule for 3. Is the sum of the digits, and sum means you're adding them together, is it divisible by 3? So, I don't know. How about 241? What's the sum of those digits? You're adding the 2 and the 4 and the 1. What's the sum of the digits? What is it? 7. Can you divide 7 by 3?
Yes.
You can? Not evenly. Okay, so that cannot be divided by 3. How about a bigger number, like 1,291? What's the sum of those digits? What's 1 plus 1?
2.
Plus 2 more is?
4.
What's 4 plus 9?
13.
Can you divide 13 by 3?
Yes.
No. Does not go in evenly. So again, that's another example of a larger number that cannot be divided by 3. All you have to do is add up the digits. All right, for 4, the number represented by the last 2 digits is divisible by 4. So again, you could have a really large number, 10,742. Whoops, I wrote that in the wrong place. So we're talking about the 4s here, okay? It says, look at the last 2 digits. Can 42 be divided by 4? Well, can you divide 40 by 4?
Yes.
That's 10 times. And so 40, and then what's the next number? 42, or 44, which is 11. 11 times 4 is 44. So you cannot divide that one by 4 because the last 2 digits do not or cannot be divided by 4. So these divisibility rules can come in really handy in prime factorization when you factor numbers out. All right, 5 you guys should know is the last digit. Is the last digit a 0 or a 5? Doesn't matter how big the number is. How about 11,768,421? Can you divide that? Or is the last digit 0 or 5? No. So it cannot be divided by 5. You just look at the very last digit. That's all you have to do. Okay. 6. The number is divisible by 2 or 3. So in this one, you have to satisfy the conditions of 2 and 3. If it can be, then you can divide it by 6. 7, it says remove the last digit, double it, subtract it by the leftover number, and the result is divisible by 7. Boy, that's kind of complicated. But you could do it. And it might be a lot easier if it was a really large number as opposed to trying to divide it by 7. Number 8, the number represented by its last 3 digits is divisible by 8. The last 3 digits. Remember, for 4, it was the last 2 digits. For 8, it's the last 3. And then 9, the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. So you add up all the numbers. And if you can divide that by 9, then you know that whole number can be divided by 9. And finally, 10, the only way you can divide it by 10 if the very last digit is 0. Okay? I'm going to end that.